I'm done with the activations. How do I test it now? My criteria is what? Lead product interest is equals to GC1000 series. So now I'm going to go and create a new lead. Let's say the name of the lead is first name is Raj Chatterjee. That's the lead name. Okay, company, give, let's say, test, and save it. See, now I have created a lead, but do you think this lead will be processed for the approval? No, right? Do you see this approval history? Check this approval history. So all the approvals, it could be multiple approvals that can go for the same record, by the way. All the approval history, you will find it over here. Cool. Now I'm going to create this submit for approval. See this, okay? If I create and give some test, okay? Submit. Do you see? No applicable approval process was found. What does it mean? I have already activated the process, right? See, this is the approval process. It already exists and I have activated it for lead. Why it is telling that there is no applicable approval process? Because if you remember, our criteria was lead product interest is equal to this, correct? And if you see here, let me edit this lead. This lead has no product interest selected so far. So I'm going to go and quickly select the GC1000 series as the product interest and save. Do you think the approval will go automatically once I saved? Definitely not. Because if you remember the 4 radio buttons, right? We have selected the first one, and the first radio button says that let the submitter choose the approvers manually. So this will not go automatically, right? If you would have chosen the second one, automatically assign this to a standard hierarchy, then this approval would have gone automatically. But because you have selected the first radio button which says let the submitter choose the approver manually, I as the submitter, right, have to go here, click on the submit for approval button, approval test, okay, just giving name, click on submit. See, now I'm not getting the error. Why? First of all, my approval process is active. Second, this record is actually matching the criteria. That's when it is allowing me to select who should be the approver. Cool. So I can select here either a user or a queue manually, by the way. I'm selecting a user. The username is testing user. Submit. Now, do you see this approval history? It is getting updated. Let's just give some seconds and see what it gets updated to. Okay, so if you see here the approval history, right, this particular approval has been submitted by Rajesh, and step 1, right, there is only one step, by the way. So if you see here, this is the step 1, correct? Approval step 1. Step 1 says that this approver, the actual approver is nothing but testing user. Now how do you think this record can be approved? I have to log in as testing user and either approve, reject it. Got it? So let me go and log in quickly as testing user. This is testing user. Go to user detail, and here we have the powerful button called login, right? Once I log in, how do I find that record? I have to go to leads, and what was the lead name I just assigned? I think approval something, right? Let's go to all open leads. So this is the lead. So how do I find it? I could have gone to this all open lead and look for the lead name Raj Chatterjee, or else what we can do, it's a easy step, right? See here, I had logged in as Rajesh Chatterjee. I'll quickly copy the ID. You remember, right? This is the ID which we discussed, right? And if you click that ID, if you copy that ID, and this page I have logged in as testing user, I have copied the lead ID, and I'm going to remove everything after salesforce.com. Control V, enter. See, I'll go to the record name Raj Chatterjee directly. So this is how you can go to the lead. Okay, and once you go to the lead, one more thing I have to show you here. Do you see this notifications? I got like 4 notifications, but if you open this, This one, right? Rajesh Chatterjee is requesting approval for this lead, right? This is the one I recently 3 minutes ago, means right now, when I tested, when I clicked on submit for approval, right, this notification actually came to the testing user. So the testing user has been notified by this notification saying Rajesh Chatterjee is requesting for an approval for the lead. Lead name is this and so and so. Cool. Now how I as approver can approve it? See, same thing. I would be going here in the step 1. Okay, let me just open the step 1. Now I as testing user, I as the approver have gone to this page called the same records, right? And this record status is pending, right? I can either click on approve or reject. What's going to happen if I click on approve? If I click on approve, let's say approved. See, first of all, this has been approved. Okay. Now I'll just log out from here and quickly log in as Rajesh Chatterjee. Done. Okay. Now if you see here, I will go back to the same record, by the way. I'll remove everything over here and Control V, enter. Now I'm going to this record, same record as Rajesh Chatterjee. Check this out. This record, step 1 has status is approved, because the testing user had clicked on the approve button and it has been approved. Cool. Now if I go and check my email, right, I will see that I have got an email also, because in my actual approvals I had that emails defined, right? Email alerts. So ideally when the record has been approved by testing user, the owner, who is nothing but me, right? Owner is me, Rajesh Chatterjee, is going to get an approval. Owner is going to get the email saying, hey, this record has been approved. The same email alert, the same email template that we have created is going to get fired to this owner. So I'll go to my email box and check whether I have received that email approval, approved email or not. So let me open my email. I have got couple of emails. Okay. First of all, I got an email which says that, hi, the lead name Raj Chatterjee has been submitted for the approval. Why I got this email? Because if you go to this approval process, this is the email template, initial submission actions. Here I had defined this email alert, and this email is nothing but the initial submission actions. Second, I got another email which says Rajesh Chatterjee has requested you an approval process. Why I got this email? By the way, this email I did not create. This email I as a testing user have received, because testing user also has my email only, right? So I have received this email. So this particular email is been triggered by Salesforce, and I as an approver got this approval request email. Make sense? Then I got one more email as a Rajesh Chatterjee, right, as the owner, saying this lead name Raj Chatterjee is been approved. Why I got the third email? Because of this because of this approval action. Because in the approval action I had defined that if it is finally approved, send this email. Let's go ahead and test this reject action. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go and submit this record. Where's the record? To test the recall or the reject action, no, I will go to the same record where I already have this approval history. I'm going to go and submit one more time. Testing reject approval, submit. This time I'm selecting testing user as the approver. Done. Now I have got two more things over here. Step 1, right? Same approval process has been fired, correct? I'm going to go as testing user and log in and reject this time. So how many email you think I would have got? 1 if I reject, or multiple? Let's go ahead and see. Okay, first of all, I have logged in as testing user, and how do I go to the lead? Let's go to the lead name Raj Chatterjee. So here I have got the notification saying Rajesh Chatterjee is requesting for an approval. Okay, a few seconds ago. And if I go to my email, no, I have not approved, I have not rejected it so far. I as testing user have not rejected this lead so far. Now I'm gonna go to my email and show you what email that I have received. Do you see here I got two emails? Yeah. One is this email. This lead named Raj Chatterjee has been submitted for approval. This email I have got because of the initial submission action. And I have got one more email here as testing user. Now I'm going to receive one more email once I reject it. All right. So I'll go here, approval history. Let's open this approval history. Step 1. This time from pending, I'm going to make it reject. Okay, see, I can here either reject or reassign. You remember the recall one, right? It's a reassign. So I can let's say I, as the approver, think that this record should be approved by someone else. So I can again reassign this approval to someone else. Okay, this is something that I can do as approver only. Because I am the approver, because the testing user is the approver, testing user has got this option to reassign to someone else. I'm not reassigning, I'm just clicking on reject, giving an comments called rejected, reject. See, this record has been rejected, correct? If I go back to the lead, same lead, Raj Chatterjee, check the approval history. This record has been rejected. Last time it was approved. All right. And if I go to the email, refresh, see, I have got one email. I have got one email saying this record has been rejected. All right. I hope this entire approval story is clear. I'll just quickly explain you the same story that we have discussed so far. Let me log in as Rajesh Chatterjee. And close everything. I'll go to approval process. And if I go to approval process, I have one active approval process, which is this. Okay. So if I go to the active approval process, this is how the approval process look like. See, I had defined initial submission action, which is nothing but an email, which I have received. I had also defined the approval actions and the reject actions, which is nothing but again the same email with a different email template. So I have received the final approval email also when the record has been approved by testing user. I also have received the final rejection email also when the record has been rejected by the approver. Got it? So you can actually perform this automation, this approval process and any automations over here. But in case you want to perform something different, like which is not possible with any of these 4 actions, then we can actually extend this approval process with the help of Apex coding as well. So something is not possible through the standard thing, we can definitely extend it through the Apex coding. Okay, so I hope this approval process and the story is pretty much clear. I request you to, again, same thing, please implement the same story in your developer org. And when you implement, please log in as the approver and try to reject, try to approve, or try to reassign and see how is it going. Okay, every time you create the approval process, make sure you test it properly as the approver. Okay, so that you have to see the both of this scene, right? So you as a submitter submit the approval and again log in another browser as the approver and approve or reject it and see how it's going. Okay, so this is all about approval process. See you in the next video.